Welcome back to another Pokemon Sleeper Sunday, where once a month we go through a ton of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that I think are being slept on, especially right now with this hobby being so crazy and everything being so expensive. I'm just trying to find some stuff for you guys that is still somewhat affordable and that hasn't really gotten hyped up too much yet. And we are going to do a little giveaway today. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and then I want you to comment your favorite new Mega from the new Legend ZA game. And we do have to announce the winner from last Sunday's giveaway, and that is at Jonch Crow. So just shoot me an email and hit me up on Instagram and I'll get those cards sent out to you. And these are the cards we're giving away for today's video. We got some Celebrations cards. We got the Surfing Pikachus, got the nice full art, and a Japanese Tyranitar art rare. So yeah, do not forget to comment and you gotta leave a like. But before we get started, we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Collectr. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. I have actually tried them all, especially if you want any other type of TCGs besides Pokemon. Collectr has over 25 different TCGs, and they're always trying to improve by adding new features, cards, and boxes. So let us know down below if there's anything you want them to work on or add, and I'll get that sent over to them ASAP. And then they also do more giveaways than anyone in this entire hobby. So at the very least, please go follow them on all their socials just for a chance to win some of these sweet boxes and cards that they're giving away. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And also, if you're trying to grade with PSA for your very first time, you can click my link in the description and use the code BEARD25 and you'll receive $25 off your very first PSA submission. And if you don't know how to do it, you can hit me up and I can help you out. All right, let's get into it. So we got the Prismatic Evolution stamped evolutions. Pretty sweet that you can get all of them. They're not my favorite arts, but a lot of them are now $4 or $5 besides Umbreon, of course. But, I'm going to keep my eye on them too, especially if they get a little bit cheaper. I'll definitely pick up a bunch of these, but I think it'd be cool to at least have a couple sets, just because it's not very often where you can get every single evolution in the same type of card. Plus, it comes in the surprise box, which is somewhat affordable right now, but once that box gets pretty expensive, these will definitely creep up. You can't go wrong with evolutions. Next, staff cards. No one ever talks about staff cards, and I feel like since no one really talks about them, that they don't really, get affected the same in the market as all these other cards. So there's so many affordable ones. There's literally $5, $6 staff cards. Yes, they're just trainers and stuff, but they got that super cool staff stamp. And these are honestly some of the most limited cards you can even get in Pokemon. But like Unified Minds, Terrakion, $15, Indeedee, Surging Spark Staff, $15. There's a lot of cool ones, but I think this would be a fun little collection to start. Again, no one really talks about them, so I'm trying to find one of my favorite arts. I think it's on the next page. I was just looking through all these. Big fan of this Rapidash here. I like that art. And you can just also look through here, and if there's any Pokemon that you love, it's a good idea to pick up the staff version. It's just another card you can pick up for the collection. Oh, the Chen Pao. This is the one that I really liked from Surging Sparks. I'm a big fan of Chen Pao. $23 though. Not too bad for how limited the card actually is. Next, the Bulbasaur box topper. It's going down in price right now, so I'm not going to buy a ton of them. I got 2 of them already because they're very nicely centered. But if this thing gets cheaper, I'm definitely stocking up on this because we don't get box toppers for every set. We already know Phantasmal Flames does not have a box topper. Same thing with the Ends Reshiram promo. Whenever I see a clean one, I try to grab it. But these are the only 2 box toppers that we have, for the modern era. So I'm definitely going to keep stocking up on those. And the Ends Reshiram is going down in price also. Got up to $41 at the beginning of October. Now that's sold $19.20. Next, the regular ETB promos. There's a lot of very affordable ones. I'm a huge fan of this Noctowl card. I am extremely biased because I love Gen 2. But, it's a $3, $4 card. Not too bad at all. And we have no idea which ETBs are going to get reprinted and stuff, so I feel like a lot of these cheaper regular ETB promos will be pretty safe pickups. Worst case scenario, it goes back down to, $2 and you lose $1. But once the ETBs go up in price, people are not going to want to spend a ton of money on the Pokemon Center ETBs. But I just love the detail on this Noctowl. I don't know if you guys have really looked closely at it, but it's pretty sweet. It's like dot painting almost. And then, the Iron Thorns, another really cool promo, literally a few dollars. That's all $1.76, $1.95. It'd be cool to have a full page of this guy. And I think like Thundurus is just a couple bucks. Petrance like 50 cents. And like Magneton now, he's like $7, $8, but that'd be a good one to get too, especially if that goes down in price a little bit more. So I'll definitely be picking these up whenever I see them clean or whenever they're super cheap. Next, the Japanese Armored Mewtwo promo. Our Armored Mewtwo is very expensive now, and this card ranges from $40 to like $70 raw, and even $400 or $500 in a PSA 10. Super cool card, and I think it actually looks a little cooler in Japanese. Next, the 25th anniversary on the Japanese side. They have some very beautiful cards, if you guys did not know. These blow our 25th anniversary celebrations cards out of the water. Look at the border, the sparkle. I even like the stamp better than the little Pikachu stamp. Yeah, it's kind of funny on the prices on some of these cards because like their full art Pikachu market price is $23. But then their Mega Rayquaza is $18. Our Mega Rayquaza is like $60. But I'm a big fan. I have a few of the Umbreons. I have a few of the Magikarps, Blastoids, Venusaur. I have one of the Charizards. But I feel like it's a pretty safe pickup to, grab a couple more of these cards or even the boxes or the big gold box, which isn't on here. Because once we hit the 30th anniversary, these should definitely pop off a little bit. And like I said, these are absolutely beautiful cards. Like, just to get that shiny Magikarp with that sparkle like that is crazy in the Umbreon. But I never hear anybody talk about the Japanese side for the 25th and the 30th. Same thing with celebrations. Umbreon actually just started going down in price a little bit. So it got up to $111. Now last sold 84, 88, 78, 77. So I'm going to be watching this thing like a hawk. And especially if it gets down to like $50 again, I'm going to be stocking up on a ton of these for the 30th anniversary. I just feel like you could not go wrong with gold stars. We will see the shiny Magikarp, see if that was also going down in price. Charizard's down like $10. Shiny Magikarp, I think, is down a tiny bit. See, it was at 46. Now that sold 32, 37, 35. So about 10, $12. Again, same thing with that card. I actually love when prices come down because that's when we start buying. Next, we have the Crown Zenith tins. You got to think, the Crown Zenith booster bundle, which has one more pack than these tins, is $120. And these come with beautiful, illustration rare, alternate art promos, whatever you want to call them, that you can only get in these tins. And there's only Crown Zenith in these tins, so in the future, when you go to sell them, you never have to worry about like what random packs are in there. It's just always going to be Crown Zenith, because that's one of the crappy things about tins is they reprint them a lot, and then they put different packs in there, and sometimes it's hard to tell. So, yeah, I think these are a great pickup. Not to mention, the Moltres, which, is done by Shinji Kanda. Very solid. Next, we have the Arceus V-Star Premium Collection. So I have 2 of these, and mine has Cosmic Eclipse in it. 10 packs. That's a good amount of packs for sure. Not terrible. Last sold 188, 193, 175. This is something they're for sure probably not going to reprint, especially with Cosmic Eclipse in there. So I just think that's a kind of a cool box. Next, the Pikachu and Zekrom GX Premium Collection. This comes with 10 packs with 2 Evolving Skies in there, good Sword and Shield packs, and super cool tag team promos. There's a Charizard version. Now, the Charizard version's already at about close to $300, and the Pikachu one, like I said, same exact box. It's just Pikachu and Zekrom instead of Charizard and Reshiram, and it's on at $220, $218, $208, $205. So I feel like if you can find this box for around $200, it's not a bad pickup. Because 10 packs, that's a good amount. And like I said, you can't beat the variety in there. Very solid Sword and Shield packs, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, and the promos. Next, we have the Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETB. You guys know I'm down to buy any clean Pokemon Center ETB that comes my way, but I'm definitely going to be grabbing the Sword and Shield ones also. Even though they don't have promos, I don't care. They're still limited box, different box art. Collectors are definitely going to want them. And they have, a couple more packs at least. And I'm also pretty sure that we're not going to get reprints of any of these because I've actually gotten pretty lucky the last few times on some of these reprints for these Pokemon Center ETBs to where I've gotten a few of ones that I've missed out on before. Next, Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETB. Also, Lost Origin is a lot more than both of these Pokemon Center ETBs, and same with Fusion Strike and stuff. And I really feel like these sets, especially Brilliant Stars, is very close to Lost Origin and, stuff like that. Same with like Silver Tempest, but Silver Tempest does not have the extra 2 booster packs, which I actually kind of like because no one's going to open up these Pokemon Center ETBs anyways, especially since there's no promos. So it's kind of an error box. So I'd also buy that too if that came my way. But last sold for Brilliant Stars, 193, 209, 190. So not too bad. And we got some booster boxes, especially Brilliant Stars got up to 547. I've been talking about Brilliant Stars now for years. But last sold 482, 493, 485, 499. Not too bad. I think this could, you know, if stuff does start coming down in price, get back down to, you know, maybe the low 400s. And I would definitely stock up. But yeah, like I said, I love when stuff starts to dip. I know some like investors start to panic because, you know, they kind of think everything's going to go down to zero, which it won't. Stuff will definitely come down. But yeah, if stuff starts to drop pretty good, I'm definitely going to be stocking up on so many Sword and Shield booster boxes and Pokemon Center ETBs and whatever else I can get. So that's why I'm not going buy crazy right now, but I do feel like some of this stuff on this list is a very solid pickup right now. You know, that's why it's not a super long list. The last thing is the Chilling Reign booster box. I just feel like these two, Chilling Reign and Brilliant Stars, are being kind of slept on a little bit, and they're starting to go down in price. They were at 577. Now last sold 499, 510, 558. So like I said, just watch these like a hawk. If they drop down another $100 and start leveling out, I'm definitely going to be grabbing a couple more. Yeah, especially I'm going to start vending here a lot more. Next month, I'm going to Columbus, Ohio in the middle of the month. So if you guys are in that area, definitely come swing by. I'm bringing everything, a bunch of life-size statues. Next month, we're going to Indianapolis. So I'm going to start traveling all over the U.S. for these card shows, and I'm going to start vending a little bit more seriously because right now, to be honest, I'm a little lazier on like buying collections and stuff like that because, you know, it's not like my full-time gig or anything like that. Like the other vendors, they constantly need to buy collections and do shows every weekend. I just do a show like once a month. And honestly, it's a lot more like just for fun and meeting fans and people and, you know, just making a video about it too. So it's a blast. But now I'm going to take it a little bit more serious and buy a lot more collections, and since I'm going to be traveling all over. So yeah, I really hope these drop because I would love to stock up on a bunch of Sword and Shield booster boxes one more time. I do have a good amount of a lot of these, but I would just love to just double it up one more time before they really, really get expensive. Because you guys know I'm super cheap. Once stuff gets over like $500, I'm like, it's getting kind of expensive. I'd rather buy stuff at like $100 or $200 and just move on. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Sleeper Sunday. If you guys have anything else you think is being slept on, put it down below for the other people that are watching. And then too, tomorrow, my Market Monday, I am dropping my first ever PokeBeard merch on YouTube. I am partnering with another company because I really like the style of, you know, their merch and stuff. So we're doing a collab. I think we're dropping a t-shirt and a hoodie to start off. So definitely check that out tomorrow on Market Monday. I would really appreciate that. And like I mentioned before, if you guys are trying to grade for your first time, use my link in the description and then use the code BEARD25 to get $25 off your very first PSA submission. And then, of course, if you guys like this content and want to be entered into that giveaway, you got to make sure you leave a like, leave a comment about your favorite new mega. You guys have to do those two things to be entered. And then also make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last video, which is actually my card party video, where I did a buyer point of view and we did a meet and greet, me and Danny Phantom did one together. It was honestly hilarious. Click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.